Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode in our Rise of the Moors series, and welcome to Wembley. So today is a historic occasion. It's our first domestic cup final, and we'll be playing Tranmere at Wembley in the final of the FA Trophy. So we've played a lot of football since the last episode. There's been 7 games, 4 in the league and 3 in the FA Trophy. So since the Grimsby game, we've picked up 2 wins and 2 draws in the league. And because there's been a lot of football, let's have a look at the highlights of those games now, and then we'll crack on with the episode. I'll see you on the other side. So we started that series of fixtures with an absolute thumping of Whitehawk at home. In fairness to Whitehawk, they started the game really brightly and got themselves an early goal in the 4th minute through Danny North. It took us a while to really get going in this game, but when we did, we cruised to an absolutely solid win. 2 goals from Nico Hammerlane in this fixture, and the other goal was coming from Kieran Bywater, Zvetan Filipov and Adam Walker, who was actually making his first appearance of the season for the club. And because of his brace, Nico picked up player of the match. 7 players from the Solihull Moors team made it into the Vanarama National Team of the Week after this game, but unfortunately it was also a game where we lost John Paul Pittman to a pretty bad injury, and this fixture was also our biggest win of the season. And then came the FA Trophy 4th round tie, which was another favourable draw for us in the domestic cups, at home to Stalybridge of the Vanarama National North League, so a team that we haven't lost to previously and a team that we haven't played since last season. And it was another solid win here. We conceded twice, both coming from long balls, which was a bit of a concern, but other than that, Stalybridge really didn't pose any threat to us. And it was a hat-trick from Zvetan Filipov which got him man of the match, and Rowan Liebird with the 4th. And that game put us into the hat for the semi-final, and we drew Hampton and Richmond of the Vanarama National South, so another favourable draw against, on paper, what is a weaker team. And following those 2 fantastic results where we were scoring quite freely and openly in both of those games, we went away to Woking and we played out a rather boring 0-0 draw with them. Lots of chances in this game, not many clear cut, but still we had 9 shots on target and we couldn't put any of them away. So a pretty poor performance from many of the players. However, Ben Glasgow again picking up man of the match here, and then we quickly returned to cup football away at Hampton and Richmond, and we were far too strong for them here. We were too much of a classy outfit, and we were 3-0 up by half time. Charlie Cooper and Eric Odiambo scoring their first goals of the season in this game, and Ben Glasgow putting on 2 assists, with the other goals coming from Nico Hammerlane and Rowan Liebird. And Charlie Cooper, for his fantastic midfield performance in this fixture, he picked up player of the match. And in between the 2 semi-final legs for the FA Trophy, we played Dover at home. So this is a team that we lost to earlier this season, so it was good to get a victory over them here. It was a pretty competitive game, but Nico Hammerlane with the goal to settle it, and again Ben Glasgow player of the match. And going into the second leg of the FA Trophy semi-final, we were 4-0 up on aggregate, and we quickly extended that lead with an audacious effort from Ben Glasgow in the 2nd minute. Another ridiculous goal coming from the fullbacks. I've had a few of these now where it's a long looping ball from deep out on the wing that manages to find the back of the net. Nico Hammerlane put us 2-0 up in this game, and then we became a little bit complacent, allowing Hampton and Richmond to get a couple of goals back in the second half, and it was a brace from Brandon Fox to make it a draw on the day. But that victory over 2 legs put us into the final, where we were going to meet Tranmere at Wembley. And finally, in our last outing, we met 2nd place Bristol Rovers away. Now Bristol Rovers are a really good team and they've got strength in all of their positions really. And this was an absolutely superb comeback from us. Again, our setup trying to play a bit more of a counter-attacking style here and a little bit more structured, which is a tactic that had a lot of success against the better teams in our division. But we were quickly opened up in the first half, and goals from Liam Kinsella and Christian Montano put Bristol Rovers 2-0 up after 30 minutes. But the comeback from the Moors in the second half was an absolute joy to watch, and it was a brace from Rowan Liebird which got him player of the match, grabbed us the draw, and like I've said many times before, it's vitally important not to drop points against your rivals. And those fixtures have made the table look like this. We're 14 points clear now, and Bristol Rovers have drawn their last 2 games, so that's left them on 73 points now. So we're 14 clear of both Wrexham and Eastleigh. Tranmere have got the game in hand, and actually that game in hand I think is against ourselves. But with 6 games to go for the rest of the teams in the league, realistically we only need 2 wins now to secure the title. So the game against Tranmere might be the fixture that settles the league title for us. And as you can see, Alfreton are already relegated. They've had a pretty poor season. But for the remaining teams in that relegation battle, it's awfully congested, and it's just as congested for those teams pushing for the playoff positions. And the other thing to consider as well is that we can afford to lose one of our remaining 7 games, and if we can win the rest, we would have tied the record points haul for the Vanarama National League. So we've also had the youth intake day for the UK. Again, not too many decent prospects that came into our academy. We've got a couple of young players who might be able to do a job for us though, and that includes a defender called Norman Lewis and an attacking midfielder called Gary Jones. Other than that, there's not really anything else to get excited about. And similarly to before, I did try and raid a few clubs for their own new gens, and quite unsuccessfully again this season, and I'm putting that down to the fact that we're not a professional team yet, and realistically, we don't have enough about us as a club to encourage those players to sign for us. We did manage to move on both Adam Walker and Callum Gittings. They both went to Dorchester on a free transfer, so that's them off our wage bill. But today's our first Wembley appearance. I'm absolutely thrilled to have made the final in the FA Trophy. I'm hoping today we can pick up our first piece of silverware in this save. So we're setting up in our usual formation, and that incorporates the defensive midfielder today. We're playing against a strong Tranmere team, so we're going to be sitting on the counter to start the game and a bit more of a structured shape. So the usual outing really, Rowan Lyrebird up top, and he's been ever present in the last few games because of the injury to John Paul Pittman. We've got Nico Hammerlane on the left, Bywater on the right. Player of the month for both January and February, Zvetan Filipov. He's the advanced playmaker in the middle of the park. He'll be sitting alongside Charlie Cooper with Jack Haddon playing just behind him, and the usual defensive unit, Noah Chesmain, Conor O'Grady, Scott Tancock, Ben Glasgow playing at right back, and of course Luke Simpson in goal. So a couple of strong teams facing each other today. They've got Tranmere down as slight favourites, but I'm hoping for a good performance from us, especially having played so well against Tranmere earlier in the season. So a pretty similar formation Tranmere are employing today as well, so we need to be careful about their wingers. So closing down their wingers, keeping tight to their striker, and closing down their 3 midfielders in the middle of the park. So bit of encouragement today. Obviously we're not the favourites for this fixture, but I think realistically we can be very competitive in this fixture. So Tranmere to get us underway in the FA Trophy final at Wembley in front of about 20,000 fans, which is the biggest crowd we've played in front of. Quite opening few minutes, all played in the middle of the park it looks like. No real chances for either team in the first 20 or so minutes, which is really quiet. Not a lot to show you at the moment. We're dominating possession, but our pass completion rate is really poor. Only 75%, and it's actually been a lot higher using this philosophy throughout the rest of the season. A very quiet opening few moments really. Half an hour in, nothing really to show you. Tranmere playing it in the midfield. Duggan finds Rose, he's in some space. They look like they're having a bit of success, in the middle of the park. Mandeville at the edge of the area. Duggan again in support. Jenny Duggans finds Park, he's open. Oh dear me, Norwood at the back post. He beats Ben Glasgow to the ball. I don't know what Chesmain was doing leaving his man there, but Park got into a decent position and it was a good ball in. Ben Glasgow couldn't deal with that. And Norwood scores. I'm going to make a quick change, to our tactics. I'm going to move Haddon up into more of a central role. The reason I'm doing that is because they were just playing in triangles around us there. We need to be more competitive in the middle of the park. I'm going to stick Bywater onto the attack as well. And I'm going to go a little bit more flexibility in our team structure. Pretty poor performance from the Moors so far. Tranmere again, Norwood the goal scorer. He's working his way forward. He finds a good ball into Duggan, into Mandeville. He looked offside to me, but why is he so open? Just before half time, Tranmere just edging us on shots on goal, It's half time, we're 1-0 down. Not a good enough performance from us really. Jack Haddon looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock. He should be okay to carry on at this stage though. tell them I want more from them. So the Moors to start the second half, 1-0 down in the final. Filipov now. Charlie Cooper drills it wide. Ben Glasgow a lot of space. Can he do the wonders that he's been doing all season in this second half to get us back in the game? Filipov again, Cooper, look for the overlap. He does. Ben Glasgow, good position to get a cross in, but that was a poor first touch. And Tranmere clear it. So they've picked up an injury, and it looks like Haddon isn't moving too well either at the moment. I think he's okay to continue. I'm going to go on to control. We need to influence the game a bit better. I'm not going to make a change just yet though. I'm going to give a bit of encouragement to the players though. We need to get more creative. Equal number of shots, but 2 on target and a good clear-cut chance for Tranmere. Nothing for us. Very quiet in the final phase. Ben Glasgow with a throw-in. Jack Haddon, he finds Cooper, who's picked up a booking, as well as Filipov, who's on the ball. Conor O'Grady. What was that? It was an absolutely shocking ball. We've got 3 players in front of you. Tancock, another long ball forward where we're playing a passing system at the moment. Good tackle from Cooper, he wins it back. Liebird finds Bywater. Cooper again. Out to Ben Glasgow, who's bombing on the overlap. Cross isn't good enough, but it's Cooper at the edge of the area. Finds Filipov. Filipov, he finds the top corner. We're back in the game. Filipov, one of our amazing, fantastic performers so far this season. Just when we needed him, he finds the top corner. It's pretty close to the keeper in all fairness though. He possibly should have done better, but we're back in the game. They've made a couple of substitutions now, and I'm going to react to that as well. I'm going to bring Odiambo on for Bywater. Bywater hasn't really contributed for us today. Odiambo coming on as winger support. I'm going to bring Thano on as well, you know. He's coming on for Jack Haddon, who hasn't really done much. And he's coming on as our deep line playmaker. So a bit of fresh legs in the middle of the park for the Moors. I'm hoping that might make the difference. Ben Glasgow again with a throw-in on the edge. Odiambo has just come on. Finds Glasgow. Long ball, it's Filipov, but it's headed away. Chesmain now. Thano. Good ball out to Glasgow. He beats his man, gets the cross into the front post, but no one there really. And Tranmere are going to deal with that attack. Chesmain cuts that one out, thankfully. Nico Hamalainen now on the left wing. Filipov, the goal scorer, finds Charlie Cooper, who's had another impressive outing from Cooper, you know. Andy Thano now into Cooper with a bit of space. He finds the ball forward to Eric Odiambo, but only the side netting. Decent chance for us there. What can we do? Can we create anything in the last 10 minutes? I'm going to give the guys a bit more of encouragement. I think we might be able to nick something in the last few minutes. Our players are knackered. I'd rather not just go to extra time. End of 90 minutes now. I'm going to bring Bradley Lewis on for Conor O'Grady, who's one, he's had a pretty poor game. Secondly, he looks shattered. So that's the change that we're going to make. I believe in the Moors. I believe we can do this in extra time. Ben Glasgow now. Andy Thano. Tancock finds Glasgow again. Good ball retention here. Filipov. Back to Tancock. Filipov again finds it out to Ben Glasgow. He's always the outlet, but that cross was blocked. And can Cooper get back? Oh, it looked like Mandeville held him off there. And he's beaten Tancock and he's put it over the bar, thankfully. The legs, we just don't have any energy in our defenders, you know, now. Jennings for Tranmere. Long ball forward to Mandeville. Can we get the ball back? We can, but it's broken free to Raymond. He whips it in Norwood, and that's cleared by Lewis and Hamalainen on the break now. Can we get them on the counter? What was that? Oh, Liebird! Oh, he's saved! Another ridiculous cross shot, and it's come back in and it's picked up by their goalkeeper. How many times are we going to see efforts like that from deep on the wing. Half time and extra time now. This is anybody's game, I think. It's really tight on the statistics. We're just edging them a bit in possession, but I think in extra time, Tranmere have come back. But the Moors to start the second half in extra time. Hamalainen now. Into Filipov. He finds Liebert. No, he doesn't. It was a poor pass, you know, from Filipov. But we can start again. Tranmere getting a bit of success in the middle of the park now. It's Norwood. He finds Jennings and Rowan Liebert having to come back to help out. But there's always a free man in the middle. Mandeville slots it forward to Kirby. He's got the wrong side of Chesmain and he's put it wide. And a lucky break for us there, I think. Our players are shattered, but I tell them to get creative for the last few minutes. Simpson into Lewis, who finds Cooper. Filipov now. Both of those players are tired. Hamalainen, he doesn't have much legs either. Does well to hold off the defender there. Quick 1-2 with Filipov. He finds Filipov again. Across to Cooper. He finds Ben Glasgow. Into Odiambo at the edge of the area. Ben Glasgow again. He holds off the man. Rowan Liebert. Oh, both of them. And it's worked its way into the back of the net. I think at the third time of asking, and Rowan Liebert has put us 2-1 up. After 114 minutes. The keeper blocked 2 shots there. One from Liebert, one from Odiambo. But the ball broke for Liebert again. And he finds the back of the net. We're 2-1 up now. I'm going to drop us to counter and to structured, as well as give them a little bit of encouragement if I can. No, I can't give it to anybody really. So deep into extra time. And that's it. It's over at Wembley and the Moors are victorious. A fantastic result against Tranmere, and player of the match for Zvetan Filipov, and he scored an absolute peach of a goal in that game. The second came from a scrappy couple of goal line clearances from Tranmere, but the ball broke to Rowan Liebert and he put us 2-1 up deep into extra time. A fantastic result for the Moors and our first victory in the FA Trophy. Congratulate the team there. And victory over Tranmere after extra time in the FA Trophy. A fantastic result for the club. So along with the piece of silverware, we received that 50k from the FA Trophy success. So that's going to help our bank balance as well. And what a phenomenal run in the FA Trophy it's been. It's been a fantastic month and some really good performances along the way. But that was a really good battle against Tranmere. So that was a thoroughly enjoyable victory. So we're deep into the final phases of the season now. We've got the domestic competition out of the way. And now we're going to be returning to the focus of the Vanarama National League when we come back into the next episode. And in the next episode, we're going to show 2 games. We'll have the final game of the season at home to Macclesfield, but we're also going to show the home tie versus Tranmere, where if I've got the maths right, we should be able to tie up the season and we should be able to tie up the title in that game. So thanks for watching again, guys. Do leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed what you've seen, and subscribe for more Rise to the Moors. I do hope you've been enjoying following the Solihull Moors in their success. And in the next episode, we'll be wrapping up this season. So thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.